The president signed a lot of executive orders, some of them very serious, some of them more symbolic, like the effort to rename the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America on official U.S. maps. One of the many changes he's trying to make as the executive without the approval of Congress. Nancy Cordes has been keeping track of all of it out of Washington. Nancy, it was a lot. Good morning.
It really was a lot, Tony. Good morning to you. Among the many executive actions Trump took yesterday, he pulled the U.S. out of the Paris Climate Accords again, froze hiring at the Internal Revenue Service, and he took a step toward denying birthright citizenship, even though it is authorized in the Constitution. Now, some of these moves are bound to face legal challenges, but he said he thinks he will win.
That's a big one. A lot of big ones, huh?
President Trump began signing a blitz of executive actions barely an hour after taking office, with aides providing stacks of orders.
Could you imagine Biden doing this? I don't think so.
In event after event.
This is a big deal. Merit.
He halted a ban on TikTok.
The U.S. should be entitled to get half of TikTok.
Designated drug cartels as terrorist organizations, and held an impromptu press conference in the Oval Office. It all capped a frenzied first few hours on the job. The president taking the oath of office.
I, Donald John Trump.
And saying the country's golden age starts now.
America's decline is over.
He added that he now knows why he survived an assassination attempt 6 months ago.
I was saved by God to make America great again.
Then he laid out how he plans to do just that.
I will declare a national emergency at our southern border. It will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Forced into the Capitol by biting cold, Washington officials in many ways had a warmer welcome for the 47th president this time around. But after an inaugural address focused on the future,
2020, by the way, that election was totally rigged.
Trump returned to some familiar themes as he spoke to supporters right afterwards.
Liz Cheney is a disaster. She's a crying lunatic.
In another part of the Capitol complex.
I think this was a better speech than the one I made upstairs.
Earlier, Trump and First Lady Melania returned to the White House for a transition tradition with the outgoing president, one Trump had denied the Bidens 4 years ago.
Did you like my speech?
But only hours later, the new president insulted his predecessor.
One of the worst administrations in history, maybe not one of them, the worst.
Later, in the Oval Office, Trump was asked whether Biden left him a letter with advice, another presidential tradition.
He may have. Wait, don't they leave it in the desk? I don't know. Oh, it could have been years before we found it. Wow, thank you.
Can you read that on the outside?
Maybe we should all read it together.
Let's read it.
We did not read it together, so we're still waiting to hear what it said. Late last night, Trump posted that he is firing more than 1,000 political appointees from across the government. There were reports of officials being told to resign at the State Department, at TSA, at the Coast Guard, and elsewhere. Now, it's not unusual for appointees to be let go when a new administration comes in, but normally they wait until the new officials are ready to take over. Nate.
All right, Nancy, thank you.